You know what? I'm gonna put a little green screen on here. But let's put me with Rizzo. What's going on, guys? We're live here. Josh O'Leary, Slipperhouse Extra Extra YouTube channel. Live here on a Thursday night discussing Survivor episode 3 of season 50. And boy howdy, was it an episode. Let me get the background situated here. Yeah, we'll go with that. Oh no, it looks terrible. That looks terrible. We'll have to pick a different background. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll just go with the classic, the black. All right, guys. I'm here. I'm live. Josh O'Leary, like I said. Got my new notebook that I showed off last time. New notebook. Been showing it off every week. Got it for my birthday. Pages are big, so the notes don't even fill up a whole page anymore. I thought I was going to be filling up page after page after page. But I write small. And I got some notes here for episode 3 of Survivor season 50. And this has been, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, just my overall ranking here of these first 3 episodes. 5 bags of popcorn. 5 bags of popcorn, couple sodas. It's been a very good season. I'm liking all the camp life and interaction. And one of the best parts about it is that we already know these people. You know, if you're an avid fan of Survivor and you've been watching the show, you know these people. So it's very welcoming and reassuring to turn on Survivor and know that we don't have to get a shit ton of backstory for every single character here. You know, we get a little bit, we get more. You know what they've been doing since they've been on the show, but it is nothing like 41 through 44, where it's just constant backstory about these fucking idiots that you're never going to see again. You know, like. But let's get into it, guys. Let me crack open my cold Coca-Cola. I know I'm starting here late. I've been trying to fix my computer, and I'm having a debate right now on whether I should spend more money and try to fix it, or if I should just buy a new computer, because I kind of just should probably buy a new computer, I think. But I don't want to spend that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. That wouldn't be ideal for my situation, but we'll see how it goes. You know, I want to keep the shows running. I have fun doing them. So we're going to get into episode 3 here, Survivor season 50, Survivor Digest. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you guys for being here. Leave a chat if you'd like. We are live here. I'm doing these live. I'm doing these vertically. Oh, look at that. Mosh. Mosh, what's going on? It says, what is this? This is a Survivor review. I'm doing a Survivor review. I'm just doing it live. I'm not real big into like editing too much, so I just throw everything up live. You know, um, I've been covering the last couple seasons of Survivor here on Slipper House, and we're going to get into it right now. Carolyn Gladys, subscribe. Thank you, Carolyn. I greatly appreciate it. Come on back and hang out anytime. If you're a fan of Survivor, or if you're a fan of pro wrestling, if you're a fan of comedy and fun, we got a lot of stuff here on the channel that I think everybody can get into. But let's get into it, man. Enough lollygagging. I've been sitting here beating around the bush for a minute, right? Rick Devens, and Christian, Team Nerd. They're reveling in their tribal heist. If you remember from last episode, Christian, he did a Zach Braff pratfall. You know, he was like, "Whoa!" and fell after tribal and acted like he was woozy from standing up, and which is pretty believable. Christian is a pretty good actor here, and they're reveling in this heist as Christian fell. Rick Devens hid an immunity idol, a fake one, a fake immunity idol at Tribal Council. They're going to try to use this as some sort of play later on in the game. We'll see if that actually takes place. Um, And then we get an intro. We get the first intro on Survivor season 50. And by intro, I mean like opening credits, opening scroll here. And this shit was bumping. This was awesome. This got me hyped up. This was like watching episode 1 all over again. I mean that oh my gosh, if they would have played this after episode 1 intro, oh my goodness, that would have been perfect. Like perfect. Someone's got to edit those two things together so I can just watch them in unison and get fired up, before I go skate or something. Watch that and get fired up. But this thing got me fired up. I mean, we got Coach being a water bender here at the beginning of this thing. He's like got his arms out like this and he's water bending. I mean, he's doing Coach Chi, but they've edited it to make it seem like he's a Super Saiyan of sorts. And it's amazing. It is amazing. And I wrote here, it gets me fired up. The only thing, it could have been a Coach Fireball. Was it a Coach Fireball? My mistake. I don't know. I wrote Coach Fireball, but for some reason in my head, I'm remembering it as water. Maybe I'm wrong. And then we're going to go cut to some suspicious tree mail. We got some suspicious tree mail here. Everyone is expecting a swap. We're on, dude, honestly, these tribe names, because spoiler alert, there's a tribe swap coming up. These tribe names mean nothing. In a season like this, they mean nothing. They should just go to colors because it's hard for me to remember these tribe names. And at that, and when Jeff's like, oh, Vatu hasn't won a challenge yet or whatever, and it's like, yeah, but this is a whole tribe of like totally different people now. Like, that some of that stuff doesn't make sense to me. So I hate the tribe names. Let's just go to colors, or as I like to refer to them as, whoever is the leader of the tribe, and this would be Christian's tribe. Clearly, this is Christian's tribe. Uh-oh, someone's angry down there in the chat. Getting an angry face. And a goat. Who's the goat for? Is the goat for Christian? Is that Carolyn? Thank you, Carolyn. So Christian is playing hard, I wrote here. And he is. You can tell Christian's playing hard because he gets Rick Devens to take the credit for finding the boomerang idol. So they tell Cirie about this boomerang idol that Christian found, but they're playing it off as Rick Devens found it. And I'm not really, I was a little confused as to why Christian did this. I still don't really know why he did. I mean, I guess so the heat's not on him, it's on the idol guy who finds the idol. And maybe, I mean, like, if he gets far enough, like final three, he could bring it up and be like, I didn't take the heat for that. And that'll look pretty nice. Um, but other than that, I don't really see a point in him lying about it, especially to Cirie, who they're trying to bring in to their alliance here. This also confused me because Cirie, her number one's Ozzy. So something's being left out here, some sort of conversations or something. And Ozzy is not with them. So I'm just, this the episode does confuse me just a little bit as we progress because of the tribe swap and stuff like that. Fuqua Johnson. Hey, Josh. Uh, is this Tatsu? Devens is the best idol hunter in Survivor history. I know that. I know that. That's what people say. I disagree. I disagree. I think they were just loaded up with idols like crazy. I think he's the best. He's the best. I got to be careful with my words here. He's the best. Uh, he's the best at rubbing production the right way, I guess. Right? There's people out there who found him without any production side of things. Right? So anyway, Rick didn't find this idol. Christian did. And Christian's not going to get the heat for it because Rick Devens is going to take the heat when they tell Suri. So I wrote evil Christian is among us. I think Christian's got like a little bit of an evil arc. I can see it. I can see it and I can feel it, and I'm all for it. I'm all for evil Christian. I'm all for the Christian heel turn. Christian, Christian, at last you're on your own. Dun, 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 dun. That's a Christian Cage theme song from WWF back in the day. That's when he turned heel, and that's what we need to do for Christian here. Oh, Hugh Beckett, we need to do that for him. Let's get to the reward challenge, which is a bluff. It's a bluff. It's a bluff to drop your buff. It's a bluff to drop your buff. I got the stuff. Here comes Jeff, and he's gonna rough us up with a couple rhymes, make us throw up a couple limes. Fuck, dude, I almost had it. I almost had it. Still better than Jeff, and that was off the dome. That was off the dome. Come on. We get to the tribe swap here because it's a reward challenge, and Jeff Probst, he wraps this information. I'm not kidding. He wraps this information to the castaways here. He says, "Hey, give me a beat," you know, and then everybody starts clapping, and then Jeff does this like 80s style like boom bap rap over it about how it's a tribe swap, and it was bad. It was bad, but something about it made me. I was smiling ear to ear. I really was. I was smiling ear to ear, and I was visibly and deep down inside very happy because I don't. This made me so happy, and it was such cringe from Jeff, but it was like almost so cringe that it became anti cringe. I don't. It was perfect. If it was good, it wouldn't have been good. You know what I'm saying? Like it was. It just hit the right spot. The editors did a good job splicing in the beat, which I enjoyed. Uh, Christian sister, you're on your sister Christian, you're on your own. Christian sister. That'd be a cool wrestling name though. Christian sister, right? You just be like my dad's D. Snyder. Maybe you're probably not old enough for that reference. I mean, I'm not. What? Right. Oh, excuse me. There we go. I'm gonna leave that plugged in. Then I'll get hot. Sister Christian is a power ballad by the hard rock band Night Ranger. Oh, I know Sister Christian. I know Sister. I worked at bars a lot when I was younger, and growing up in the bar life, I heard Sister Christian quite a few times. Quite a few times. Christian. All right. So it's the big tribe swap, and I immediately wrote here that I'm about to get confused. I'm about to get confused. I like the tribe swap. I like the dynamic it does. We're on episode 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. We're on episode 3. It's a little early. It's a little early. It feels early because it is. Okay. And the tribe swap, it goes, they drop their buffs, they get new ones. And then Emily gets a little Christian whisper in her ear. And Christian relays the information that he had just told Suri earlier in the day with Rick Devens about um, the boomerang idol. And Emily freaks out, dude. She freaks out. This episode was a display of how chaotic and just instant thinking Emily is. She freaks out and she does not like the information Christian just told her because she's like, "Can I even trust these guys? Like, what are you talking about? They just told you something. We're about to have a tribe swap. Put two and two together. I mean, I know you're deprived of food and stuff out there, but my goodness, the brain cells are going out one at a time and very quickly and rapidly with Emily, at least in my opinion here. But where am I? Yeah, I was like, how is this a reason to trust your alliance less? Like, what are you talking about, Emily? Like, what in the world? She's just taking it the backhanded way, which is, you know, someone gave her a like Christian gave her a compliment and she took offense to it. That's what we're getting here from Emily. All right, so big time tribe swap. Vatu tribe is straight chaos. I wrote because they have the DVG3. That's what I'm calling them. The DVG3. Um, the David versus Goliath 3. Angelina, Mike White, Christian. They are on this tribe. It is very awkward at first. Like when Jeff is asking about everything going on here, it's very awkward. Like the vibes are definitely awkward. Like so, I feel like Christian and Angelina like do not get along like IRL, and I believe Mike White might be a little annoyed by Christian sometimes too, and that kind of came out at Tribal a little bit. We'll get there. Um, so Jeff Probst says apply to be on Survivor here before we go to a commercial break, and I have sent in my third application, Jeff. I sent in my third one. Okay, don't make me do a fourth one. I know it's not up to you. So casting, don't make don't make me do a fourth one. Okay, I know I didn't play high school sports, but I skateboard. I'm a true athlete. Okay, if you saw me out there on the board, you'd be like, "Damn, is that Tony Hank doing a 6,000? Come on, give me a call." So yeah, so he requests for everybody to be applying for Survivor. And then we go back from commercial break here, and we got Coach and Joe together. Just a brief kind of Coach and Joe hugging moment between the two integrity warriors. And I also noticed that Coach also has Colby. And I immediately started writing a little note here about a HVV Heroes versus Villains reunion. And then as soon as I started writing that comment, Colby chimes in and he's like, "Hey guys, it's a confessional. He's like, "Hey guys, I remember my last time I was out here. I got my ass whooped by Coach." And he did, dude. He did, man. Coach got you know, first place in that bout because Colby got his ass whooped and it was iconic. Everyone remembers Tyson and his iconic line being like, "Damn, you might as well just become a woman now," is what he said. He said it's just totally embarrassing losing to Coach. So then Coach kind of makes a dick of himself here. I thought Coach was kind of a dick here, the way he told Chrissy. It seemed like Coach was like around his bros and was just like trying to get Chrissy, who's kind of been, swimming alongside him. Like Coach is a big shark and she's one of those fish right under the fin of Coach. And she's just trying to be his right hand man. And Coach is like, "Hey, listen, you talk way too much. When we were on the other tribe, you talked way too much. Let's try to set new foot here. You were talking way too much." And that's pretty much all he says to her. And it's a kind of a dick move. I felt like he should have been a little bit nicer. Kind of, you want to keep her on your side there, Coach. If anybody's going to have a vendetta to come out and slit the throat of Coach, it's going to be Chrissy. It's going to be Chrissy. Like, I'm calling it now because they did a uh, little vignette video package here on her being a badass outside of the game, overcoming I don't even know how many different types of cancer she had, but just she's a badass. And well, when I watched her season, I was a Chrissy head. I liked Chrissy. way more than I liked Ben, for God's sakes. So Chrissy, um, you know, I smell that vendetta. I smell that vendetta against Coach. Coach, I can smell it, and I'm not even going to be upset at it. Not even going to be upset at it. Tatsu, my video to apply to Survivor will have me riding a dinosaur while hunting for dragons. I don't recommend using AI. I don't recommend using AI or any sort of animation. I did put a little cartoon in my second one. They probably didn't think it was that funny. I thought it was good. Maybe I'll put it out. No, I don't know. So then Camilla, we go to Camilla and she's excited for her new tribe, which is funny because she was pissed at the swap. You could tell that Camilla, she was just sitting there pouting, very mad at the fact that she was going to be joining some new castaways here. But she's in the majority here, and she's really got nothing to worry about. And it's the opposite for our girl Sari. Okay, it's the opposite for her. She's the only one from her previous tribe to come onto this new tribe here. And she's on the outs, but is she really? Because everybody loves Sari, and everybody kind of wants to talk to Sari and gravitate towards Sari. So she may not be. She may not be. Um, but we cut to Jonathan and I believe D. I think it was Jonathan and D. I didn't write down here who was talking about it, but she's being targeted already. I believe it was Jonathan and D who are like, "Yo, she's dangerous. Don't do it." Yeah, it was D. It was D because she was like, my sister or my best friend or somebody like that told her to watch out for Sari, watch out. I'm like, why did somebody have to tell you that? You know, like, damn, that's like being like, hey, watch out for that murderer, they'll kill you. Like what? Oh my goodness. D, you should have known that one. So Mike White, it seems like he's singled out from the tribe. They do a little reversal here on us, and it seems like Mike White is singled out here from the tribe, and he's not. He's feeling far from. It seems like he's feeling far from home, and they turn this around on us because it's not the case at all. And at one point, he walks up to Stephanie. And he's just like, "I'm going to vote for you," and I'm like, "What the? Like what?" What is he doing? Is he blowing up his game? Does he not want to be out here anymore? So I was a little confused by this. This was quick too, because then we cut to Q telling Ozzy that Genevieve sent him the idol. So Ozzy now knows that Genevieve sent him the idol, and then Q swoops in and tells Emily as well. And I'm like, oh shit! He just told Emily she can't handle information. She's gonna explode. So he tells Emily as well, and then he has to tell Stephanie too, and then he's trying to solidify the numbers for himself here. This is Q panicking, like already pre going to the challenge. Okay, so he's panicking already. Um, he's playing it off as new tribe smarts. I wasn't buying it. I feel like he felt like he was on the bottom right away, and this isn't new tribe smarts. This is a straight panic from Mr. Q here. Um, Emily, she says she feels Q and Steph are being shady because they are, Emily. Because they are. You already have an alliance. What are you even worried about? What the hell they're even saying? Like, stick with it, dude. You guys are doing pretty good, despite you dragging everyone down constantly. Uh, so she thinks they're being shady and spills all of Q's beans to Angelina. After this, she goes and tells the whole Q scenario to Angelina. And they kind of come up with the concept of like maybe Q should go. They're flipping back and forth. It's just total back and forth nonsense because of Emily and her inability to keep her fat mouth shut. She then goes and tells Christian, look at this. She's going to keep going. She's going to keep going and talking and just running her mouth here. She then goes and tells Christian that she blew up his game and told everyone everything. And Christian, you got to love him. This guy handles it so well. He really does. He handles it so well, and he's just like, listen, I guess I forget. He can't really, I guess, be super mad at her. Like he needs her vote. He needs her in the alliance. So he's gonna have to like roll with the punches here. But damn, dude, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I think I'd be like, you got to go. You got to get out of here. I think my moral compass would just start spinning in all sorts of directions, and I wouldn't know what the hell I was gonna say here in this moment. Um, I'd probably just shut down. I'd probably just get into the fetal position right there, just ball up next to her. She can kick me around like a soccer ball. Be like, why would you blow up my game? So, speaking of blowing up their game, Emily does it for Christian. Genevieve does it for herself. And she's going around to everyone on her tribe, except for Aubrey, and letting them know about her disdain for Aubrey and how she wants Aubrey gone. And it's a little personal, kind of. It seems a little personal. It seems like Genevieve is going around and saying these things to people about Aubrey because she just straight up doesn't like Aubrey. She's gone through her bag. I mean, I feel like she thinks there's two of them out there, like they're doing the Spider-Man meme with each other. That's the vibe I'm picking up from Genevieve. I don't think that Aubrey really is feeling it that much. She's like, "Girl, we are not alike. Like, what are you talking about?" And I think that Genevieve is kind of proving that here. Aubrey's kind of playing the game she's always played. I mean, she's emotional. She's kind of lackluster and in the background a little bit. But and then Genevieve is just gung ho here. Genevieve, complete opposite. They may have been comparable in Genevieve's first season, but not now. Genevieve gung ho, chatting it up to everybody on the tribe, being like, I think Aubrey should go. She's trying to plant the seed that Aubrey should go, but she's talking way too fucking much. Like, about Aubrey too, like specifically about Aubrey. Um, she's trying to make nice with everybody, and she's trying to play it off like that. Like, I'm making nice with everybody. I'm not just talking about Aubrey. I'm, trying to make connections with people. But also, we should vote for Aubrey. So, and this backfires. This does backfire with Tiffany. You don't see Tiffany coming, right? She's a sleeper cell in this season 50. And Tiffany spills the beans to Aubrey almost instantly. Just goes and is like, I see a crack. I think that's what she says in her confessional. She sees a crack. She's going to wiggle her way through it and go and tell Aubrey right away. Let's go and tell Aubrey. Aubrey gladly accepts this information. It does make her emotional, right? And be like, damn, people always be doing this to me. And it's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Thank her for the information and, make some moves on it. Um, So yeah, Genevieve doing way too much. I mean, that's the only note I got here for Genevieve. And then let's go to Rizzo, the free agent. Okay, that's Rizzo, the free agent, the Riz God. He clues in Charlie about the boomerang. Charlie didn't know about the boomerang, and he's super stoked about it. He hears the words Billie Eilish, and he's like, "Oh!" And in his head, he was thinking like, "You couldn't get Taylor Swift." Taylor Swift doesn't watch Survivor, right? She only likes The Amazing Race. No, it's probably true. She seems like an Amazing Race person. Charlie, he's excited about this boomerang idol, and and the fact that Ozzy has it. He knows this information now. So, and then here we are. I wrote here. Charlie has a vendetta against Rizzo here, and it's because the previous night before Rizzo's giving him this information, Rizzo tells everyone about season 49 and the ending to it. It says, yeah, Savannah won. I got to go to the end with my bestie, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, who is your bestie? He says, Sophie Bilardi. And full name checks Sophie. And everybody's like, oh, did you vote for her? And he said, no, I voted for Savannah. And Charlie immediately perks up, like, what the hell? He hears this, and they're playing the emotional, deep, dark music, the medieval style music over it. And someone even asks him, "You're not like a Maria, are you?" And I'm like, "Oh, Maria getting dragged, dude, just dragged." And you love to see it because fuck Maria, dude, for real. Like, what is that? What was that, dude? I'm still not over it. I saw the fire in her eyes, dude. I wanted to put my head through the television. Okay, I want. The Washington Commanders just lost to the Dallas Cowboys. In the Super Bowl. That's how it felt. That's not even possible, but that's how it felt. And I wanted to slam my head through the screen and then never watch Survivor again, but actually, you know, not mean it and just watch it again like you do with the NFL. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't do that. Right. But I did enjoy Maria getting dragged here in this episode multiple times, and rightfully so. So, you know, shits on you, Maria. I should have voted for Charlie. Uh, so we're going to the immunity reward, and we got this reward challenge. It sucks. I don't think it makes for that great of TV. I didn't like it. It's blindfolded. The big highlight of this challenge being that they picked Christian to yell, which he's not really much of a yeller, and this guy's like just goes on tangents and rambles. So it's like, why are you picking him to talk and give you directions? He's gonna talk for 25 minutes about how you go left. At one point during this challenge, he told I forgot who he was telling, but he was like, "That's not a turn. That's a twist." And I'm like, "What the fuck is the difference between a turn and a twist?" What? Christian is buck wild in this in this season. Excuse me, guys. What's a turn and what's a twist? I don't know. You tell me. So Christian's on the call, and the other highlight of this was, of course, Colby bonking his head and coming up super woozy, dude. I mean, like super woozy. Like he was like selling it like a wrestler, like oh. And then Jeff was like, "You're gonna get bloody on Survivor." You couldn't be like, "Damn, Colby taking a shot to the dome. Colby's got a crimson mask. He's busted open." Uh, so yeah, the edit of the challenge I thought was confusing as hell. I couldn't really understand what the fuck was going on, to be completely honest, until we got to the puzzle and we had all the tribes there at the end at the puzzle, which always happens. Like it's always like the tribes are there at the puzzle. At least the editing makes it seem like they're always there, relatively the same time. Christian's team, uh, lagging behind here. I feel like more than what the edit was really showing because they lost pretty bad. So Camilla leads her tribe. This is like a individual immunity challenge that everyone else is doing for you. That's what this is. Camilla wins this thing for her tribe. Chrissy wins for her tribe, second place, and Christian loses for his tribe, and they will be going to tribal council. Yeah, baby. So, oh yeah, I said Colby can't catch a positive highlight. Yeah, he really can't. Yeah, he doesn't have many positive highlights. He like lost an immunity challenge. I mean, a challenge to Savannah. He lost the Jenga challenge or whatever that was. Um, he hasn't had many good moments yet. Maybe fathering Rizzo a little bit. That's been a pretty good moment, but his best one so far is bonking his head. And bringing up losing the coach. You know. All right, we're almost through it. All right. So Vatu loses and is sent to tribal council, and it's going to be messy. You know it is. We got the DVG3 in here at tribal. The DVG3, David versus Goliath trio here, going to tribal with the rest of their tribe. And Mike White goes up to Steph and he says he's going to vote for her. That's when this takes place. Yep, told you. He said he's going to vote for her. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Mike? You trying to get out of the game? What's he doing? Is he trying to like blow his game up? Is he going full Q? I didn't know what was going on here with Mike, and I was a little bit worried here, but only for a second. And because then I realized in a confessional, oh my God, he's playing. He's targeting Q. He just told Steph that he's voting for her because this guy's voting for Q. And I wrote Mike hot hand on the prowl. So Mike's got the hot hand and he's on the prowl here. Um, and now we cut to Angelina putting herself over and giving herself a shout out for appearing in the White Lotus. They even show us her cameo that she had in the White Lotus. I can't say it did anything to intrigue me to actually watch the show. You know, it kind of just seemed like her at the pool being like, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Wow, seems like a great show." Um, I'm sure it is, guys. I'm sure it is. I'm just not a. I don't know. White Lotus. What is this? It's like a rich people show about rich people or something. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to try to defame it when I don't know shit about it, except for the fact that Mike White directed it. So let's see here. Mike White is playing. Yes, yes, yes. Uh, Random Angelina White Lotus cameo. Ozzy. He wants to break up the DVG3. Finally, we get somebody saying that they want to break up this DVG3. And he tells he tells this to Emily too. He tells this to Emily, who's in Christian's alliance, and so she's in the middle automatically. Emily is put into the middle here, and it seems as if with everyone talking around that we've got Q, who Mike says he's gonna vote for in real life, and we also have Q telling Mike on the beach that he should vote for him. So Q again, back in both of his seasons here, requesting people vote for him. Uh, I don't understand that move, and this guy's going to get invited back again. Like no doubt in my mind, he's just that giant personality, and people gravitate towards him. I don't know though. I don't know. This showing from Q is not the best. It's not the best. Um, it was kind of just like a toned down version of the first time, and it just didn't hit quite as much. Um, so it looks like Q, who tells Mike White to vote for him at one point, Angelina and Stephanie are on the chopping block. So, and I feel like it's mainly Q and Angelina here at this point while I'm taking my notes. And now we're going to go to tribal council. And my guess here, I wrote down, is Q. I said, my guess is Q. And I said, Mike White is going to do a victory dance. Okay, a little victory dance. He's going to do a little victory ab crunch. He's going to keep those abs in shape. He doesn't have any wine on the island to keep himself bloated like he first looked on day one. I'm sure by day two, if Mike White makes it the 26 days, he's going to look even better because that wine was just bloating him out. He's drinking too much wine. So, where was I? We're almost through this, people. Oh yeah, so Jeff asked Mike White something at Tribal, and Mike's pretty much almost done with his story. But then here comes Christian, and he's like, "Hold on, just 1 second, Mike. Hold on, I just want to say that when a Survivor is, and Christian just has to be like a fucking interrupting nerd here for no reason." To Mike, and Jeff calls him out on it. And honestly, it's just adding to the evil Christian story arc. I'm telling you, Christian he's evil, and he's turned heel on all of us, and we're slowly watching it happen. Okay, and he's got a son, and he's mentioned that a couple times too. And this is why he's turned evil. Okay, he'll do anything for the $1 million for his son. Okay, A new day has dawned. A new Christian is born. But the interruption of the Mike White story was funny and kind of annoying. It annoyed me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Jeff calls Ozzy winless this season, and Angelina like honk laughs. She's like, like I'm like, dude, it wasn't that funny. He's winless this season. He could have said like he's winless every time he's played. That would have been a harder burn. Ozzy, you've made it quite far every time you've played, and you've lost every time. That would have been a hard burn. But Ozzy, you're winless this season in challenges, and Angelina just like snort laughs. She's. I heard a little rumor that Angelina had some like pre-planned stuff she was going to say. I heard her say clutch in this episode. Like she said that to Emily. She was like, "Girl, you are so clutch." And I was like, Jesus, Angelina. She's trying to say like cool hip words still that were like cool when like me. Like, she probably saw Mean Girls recently or something. I don't know, but it's a little bit of cringe from Angelina, and honestly, we're not getting enough of it. We need more of it. Um, hopefully some more spliced in throughout these next few episodes, but um, not enough so far. Not enough. Eli, what's going on? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. And I forgot, Tatsu, if you're going to be hunting for dragons in your Survivor video, you might want to switch up what you're hunting for because that's what Coach does. Coach does that, and you don't want to be infringing on his ground. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be stepping on Coach toes because he has a toe ring. If you step on Coach's toes, you will step on a toe ring. That's how he gets you. So then we go to vote here, and they show Steph voting for Angelina. They show Q with no vote, and he does the, I don't know. And it's like, yeah, Q, we know you don't know because you're going home. Mike votes Q, and he's like, you told me to do this. And Q gets voted out. Holy shit. I wrote holy shit sarcastic. That's what I wrote. Because once I broke down the episode and digested it, Survivor Digest, once I digested this whole episode and really sat with it for a minute, I didn't listen to any pods or anything. I didn't go listen to Rob has a podcast or anything like that and get an opinion to where it influenced what I had to say about this in my notes. Um, I normally never do. I'll listen to one after this now. I might listen to one tomorrow. I like Tyson's pod. I have been enjoying that one. I enjoyed it last season. Um, so Q, he gets voted out, and it's just a sarcastic holy shit for me because I could see it coming from the moment Q was on his new tribe. He was the moment he got on that new tribe, he was swooping in. He was telling Genevieve stuff. He was swooping in to tell Emily stuff. He was just quickly solidifying the numbers on his side and presenting it as some sort of new tribe smarts, being like, "I'm very smart and on the cusp of of an invention here with how well I'm playing on this brand new swap tribe." But I was like, Q's on the bottom, and he realizes it, and he could be cut here. In the new era, they're down 2-1 here. They're down 2-1 here versus the old era. I'm including all of the, uh, you know, old school survivors and the 20s through 30s or whatever you want to call them. I'm just calling them all old era. They're all old era. This new era from 40 on or 41 on is new era, and they're down 2-1 here. They're down 2-1 to the olds. Um, Steph now on the outs on her tribe too, completely on the outs. She's pretty much a tribal one again. She should be used to that. She's a tribe of one now again. With Q voted out here, as Q seemed to have a little crush. Seemed like At least he had one before the game got started. That was reported. Mm. But what a good season so far, guys. Honestly, really, really good season. This was a great episode. Q going home, I'm not really disappointed. Not one of my favorites. I don't really. Q is chaotic and he gets like coach comparisons, but it's not that. He's not that type of chaotic for me. Like coach is emotional, and Q is just kind of like he's a smart. Q is a smart bozo. Does that make sense? He's a smart bozo. Dude's a total bozo. He's very smart, but he's a total bozo, and that's why he'll be invited back. I'm sure. I'm sure. But that's Survivor, guys. That's Survivor, episode 3 of season 50. It's been a fantastic season, like I said. And I love watching it and breaking it down here for you on the Slipper House Extra Extra YouTube channel. I'm doing this season vertically live here. Hopefully, catch a couple more viewers and get some subscriptions, some likes. Thank you guys for being here, liking the live stream and subscribing to the channel and being a friend and hanging out in the chat like Tatsu and Eli. Greatly appreciate you guys. And I hope you guys are having a great night tonight. And I hope it's swell morning, afternoon, evening, and good night tomorrow for you as well, in case I don't see you. But I will be live here, guys. I will be live here tomorrow night for your SmackDown final hour with my brother Jake. We'll be live. Um, so come on back for that. Check out Pro Wrestling Sauce every Wednesday at 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. This last week's episode we had to do vertically over the phone because my computer has been shitting the bed, like I mentioned at the beginning of tonight's stream. But nonetheless, we must go on and keep continuing the show. You know, it's just how we do things here. It's how I like to do things. The quality may change every now and then, but the content stays pretty much stays the same. And then Survivor Digest every Thursday right here on the channel, covering Survivor 50. I'm going to get into that Survivor magazine, guys. I am going to get into that Survivor magazine. I know I was looking at a picture. Oh, you guys will love this. I was looking at a picture of and there's a typo in the magazine, and it's a picture of Angelina, and they say Genevieve was the only person from her season selected to go on 50. Like that's the caption, and I'm like, this is not Genevieve. This is Angelina. So the person putting together the magazine didn't know the cast, clearly. Come on, TV Guide, do better. We're gonna scroll through that thing at some point here, and we're gonna cover all of your Survivor stuff. Like last season, I got into the drama, the after stuff. We're gonna be doing all that still, right? We're gonna be still getting into it. Uh, so come on back for that. Check out House Assembly Sunday nights at 9. We got an episode this week. It's my computer fucked it up, dude. Visually, the audio is still there. So I even thought about just releasing it as an audio only special edition. Go back to the roots. Uh, we'll see. Just like, subscribe, come back for all the content, all the technical difficulties, and all the fun that we have over here. I greatly appreciate it, guys. I hope everybody has a very swell night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. And yeah, I'm gonna cap it off. I'm gonna go about to go eat me a little midnight bowl of cereal, and scroll my phone and watch some clips. I might watch. Might finish. I've been watching Tocantins, Survivor Tocantins, just because I don't know. I was in a coach mood pre-season 50 before it started, and I was watching Tocantins, and I was like, "This is good." And then season 50 started. I kind of slowed down on Tocantins, but now I feel like unaccomplished because I haven't finished it. I've already seen it. I know what happens. Like JT wins. I'm aware, but I want to finish. I want to finish. I want to get to at least right before the finale. That's usually what I do. I get right before the finale, and then I never watch the finales. Never watch those. I just watch up until then, and then I'm like, I know who won. All right, guys. Have a good night. We'll see you next time. Bye.